Well, I think we're live. Welcome, everybody. Nice to be here. Let me make sure I've got my volume turned down.
Well,
I don't.
I think we're live.
Let me get it.
Welcome, everybody.
There. Ah, always one little thing. I've forgotten, usually two or three, but at least one. So happy to see so many people plugging in before we're online. We are here now. It's been a great week. A whole bunch of people over on Facebook got all excited about Father Fish and decided to come over and sign up. So we had about, near as I can tell, about 30 new subscribers from Facebook who came over this week. So we're up pushing 920 with recorded hours about 3,200. So we need to pick up 800 hours. And we need to do it, near as I can tell, in within 2 weeks, possibly within a week. We could hit 1,000 in 1 week. Probably won't, but it's going to be close. So anyway, this is all very exciting stuff. Let's see who's here, who I haven't already acknowledged. Precious Tranquility woke up just in time. All right. Yeah, you missed us last week because you slept through it. Happy to see you, Precious. JN Aquarium says hello. Wanted to stop in and provide support. Please, everybody, make sure you punch the thumbs up button. And we get everybody else. We get everybody else. Um, Precious, do do uh, do you want to be a mod? I'm happy to make you a mod if you would like to do that. We've got aqua balls. Fisher in Favor was here. I think he came in and say hello and ran. He's one of our mods, but he may or may not be with us. And I need to get a couple more mods. So let me put you on. If you want me to take you off, I will be happy to do so. Hi, William Jansen. All hail indeed. That's so sweet. Sister Lockmo, hi there. Pond and More. Don't know Pond and More. Welcome, welcome. Good, Precious. See what you can do. Can't do worse than me. Everybody's better than me. That's a good mark. Daryl. Daryl Dimer. Well, welcome, welcome. Three Mug, Griffin Fish Room. Let me do you. Got it. I gotta watch my camera here. I'm I'm too close and too far away. Oh goodness. So what kind of week have you guys had? It's been an interesting week on Fish Fam. I've noticed some things are subtly changing. Um, I've noticed there are more people who heretofore have poo-pooed the idea of deep sand beds and planted tanks, are now all of a sudden doing deep sand beds and planted tanks. So that's kind of nice. I'm excited to see it. Thank you so much, William. Jovi Vilas. Hello, Jovi. RB123. Where are you in Kentucky, RB? I went to college in Barberville, Union College. I was there for 4 years back in the 50s and early 60s. I used the glasses, Amateur Aquatics, to be able to see ick, because I can't see ick, to be able to look at tiny little fish. Um, I can see babies with them. My eyes are not all that great, so it's just a big help. Also makes it possible for me to read more easily. You're in Lexington, yeah, not far away, north of way north, they say, of Barberville. Well, yeah, an hour or two, couple hours, I guess. A good friend of mine retired. Well, she's retired from Lexington. She worked at the Veterans Hospital in Lexington for years and is now retired. And I think has stayed in Lexington, Glasgow, Kentucky. Here, don't know where Glasgow is, Griffin. Is that west? Must be west. Pondy, precious saying Pondy. I turned off my filter air pump to try the no filter air like LRB. My angels started to keep flying to the top for air. Well, leave it on for a while. It's a balancing act, and you may need to leave it on. I do the same thing, um, and in fact, LRB does too. You don't always get the right flow. Here's part of the issue: is that you need water movement in order to be able to exchange uh, CO2 and oxygen. So if you don't have any water movement, the water at the bottom is going to become stagnant. It won't be able to turn over. The water has to come in contact with the surface in order for the exchange to occur. So you need some kind of water movement. A small water pump. I use sponge filters because you can tone them down and it gives you a little bit of current. You just need a little current, and that probably is what was causing the problem. So just turn your smallest filter on and see how it goes. It should be fine. That was Richie Rich. Aquaballs is in LA. Oh my. 20 likes and 20, 20 watching. Oh, 26. That was Kaylor. Hi, Kaylor. Nice to see you. I have my I figured out how to use my phone. So I can actually we can do what we tried to do last week and go back in the fish room. May do that a little later on. If there's interesting, modding two streams at once. Go Kaylor. What a busy guy. Who else is on? Somebody else in the fish fan? Or are they just running over? ER. Dooby doo. Go Frank. Go Frank. Go Frank. Funny. Sharpie. Sharpie's pretty sharp. Saltwater things. I'll tell you what, we haven't done that. Let me get my cameras set up and we'll go look at the saltwater. We haven't done any saltwater yet, and it's time. Let me see if I can set this up without a big trauma. I expect to start shipping in about 2 weeks. Plenum. Red Elbow wants me to talk about plenum. I'm not convinced about plenum. Need to talk more, convince people about plenum. Red Elbow. Where'd you get the idea of support plenums? I don't mind plenums. I'm not against plenums. I've tried it both ways, and a person who lives, I don't see the value of it unless you're not doing anaerobics. If you're doing anaerobics, which I'm committed to, a plenum is relatively, it's not meaningless, it's that it's meaningless. If you're not doing anaerobics, if you're doing aerobic bacteria, then a plenum is beneficial. So I tend not to do plenums. I've had friends who have done plenums, absolutely swear by them. I don't. And somebody's on the phone. Let's see who it is. Speaker, Father Fish.
Hey, how are you? I just had a quick question.
Okay.
I have a ball python, and I was wondering if you would if you be able, if I'll be able to bring that in and trade it in for something else, or store credit.
Sure, absolutely. How big is it?
2.5 feet.
Oh, it's a big guy. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. By the way, you were just recorded on YouTube. Go to Father Fish on YouTube. I'm recording live right now, so you'll be able to pick it up.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you soon. All right. Bye-bye. I guess I really shouldn't do that to people, should I? Remind folks to be on live chat now. I was thinking about the same thing. What am I on? I'm on top chat. Let me change it to live chat. Okay. Sebastian is here. Thank you, Precious. Oh, that was Alpine. Thank you. Somebody's coming through the door. Yeah, I was too. Well, I'll have somebody come in who'll just fall in love with it. How long do you leave the old leaves in the tank? Until you get tired of looking at them. If they don't hurt a thing by leaving them in there permanently, they will eventually break down and just become part of the detritus. So not an issue. Hi guys.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You looking for anything in particular?
No, sir, we're just looking around.
Well, have fun. Just check it all out. He's got a little boy with him. We're not gonna do that. High Ginger is here. Apparently, we have a high Ginger from Griffin and JH. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh,
Deborah. On the wrong mouse here. On lunch at work watching. Really? Hi, Deborah. Difference between undergravel and plenum, just know, or low flow with plenum. With plenum, you want low flow. The idea of a plenum is to create a bacteria bed that will remove nitrates. So to do that, you need very slow moving water. So you don't want to put a tube in it and blast water through it. Needs to be very slow. Alice, I am good, thank you. I've got 20% more blood flow. I'm feeling the viv and vigor. It was amazing. When they put the stent in, I immediately felt a rush in my heart. And I asked the doctor about that. He said, well, it's waking up. That part of your heart's been asleep. They increased the blood flow by about 20%. Do I sell parrots? I have parrotlets, Alice, which is the nicest of all the parrots. I also have small size parrots. I've got currently a tame Quaker and a very tame bare-eyed cockatoo both of which are talking, both of which are hand trained. So they're real nice birds. I have baby parrotlets. The parrotlets are doing really well. So send me some wild guppies, Kayla. What's wild guppies? Thank you. I need I need guppies. I want to try to get some real high quality guppies. See if we can do something really nice with the guppies. Do you know about Nemo's treasure chest? No. Come over here and look under this fish tank. See the box? No.
Right here.
Right there.
Right here.
Right there you go. Open that box. That's Nemo's treasure chest. It's full of jewels and shark's teeth and all kind of cool stuff. And if you open it, you may have two,
Oh,
whichever two you like.
what do you say?
Go for it.
Go look. See what you can find.
About a 4-year-old little boy who's getting a treasure. Certain macaw. Oh, nice. Well, yeah, I don't have any macaws. I don't have any big birds. The nicest parrot to Norway. Go, Alice. Redfish, bluefish, nice to see you. Not good for a bird to be around any type of smoke. Want to visit the treasure chest is really cool.
Yeah.
It's full of shark's teeth and other fossils and all kinds of jewels, little toys, just lots of kid stuff. And it's been a tradition that Father Fish from the beginning. I really enjoyed your video, Redfish Bluefish, on showing us your lab again. I'm real anxious to see how you do that. That's pretty exciting stuff. Yes, the children go by in the car and they see Father Fish and they want to come in. They want to come get treasure. They can have treasure every time they come in. The rule is you can only have two, but you can have two every time you come. If you take three, you may never have another one. And I had a little boy outsmart himself. He was here on holiday. He said, well, I'll never be back. And he took three. And the next year, he came back. And he had to apologize to Big Nemo, the big stuffed Nemo doll, for taking three. And Nemo gave him a break and told him it was okay. He could have one this time. And then the next time he came, he could have two. Somebody is calling me from Port Charlotte. This is Father Fish. You are live online. I can't hear you. I'll be here until 4 o'clock. Oh, I open at 10. 10 to 5 tomorrow. You bet. That was interesting. Let's see. We were gonna do the saltwater. Let's do that. What is this? Mustard spark. What are we doing? I don't know where we're at. Oh dear. Father Fish channel. Playlist. We need videos. We need home is what we need. Okay, here we are. See if we can get to it. Now, we're going to go all the way to the top where I've got it. I cannot get there. All right, I'll go to the bottom and enter it again. Well, oh dear. Well, I can't get it to paste. All right. All right. We're getting. What should I get if I want a friendly and less noisy parrot? The parrotlet is really the nicest. They're little, they're sweet, they chirp, they don't holler. Yeah, I do the William. I do store credit, and then apply that store credit. My role with store credit is I will give as store credit my wholesale cost for whatever the fish is. In other words, whatever it would cost for me to buy it at wholesale, that's what I will give in store credit. Let's see. I think we're good here. Enter broadcast studio. How are you guys? I'm backstage. All right.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go look at some saltwater stuff.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna
Get this full. No, that isn't it. Bye bye.
Bye.
How do we
How
get
do I get
this
this
full
full
screen?
screen?
Hmm. Well, fiddlesticks. Don't know how to do it. Well, somebody can instruct me. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mute.
I'm gonna leave the room. Let's go out here and
see if we can.
come in the show. Here is our saltwater. I would love to be able to show this full screen. Okay, so sorry about the half screen. I'm going to do it full screen. Probably can't do it from here anyway. These are about a 20 tank system that has gobies. I've got lots of little clowns. Where are they? You see them there? Lots of clowns. Some gobies. There's an anemone. More clowns. More clowns. And then I have two big trays. These are 4 foot by 8 foot trays. This has monsters in it. We're talking about accepting fish back. These are all fish that have been drawn in that are that were became terrorists in the fish tank. So I got them all in here. And I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them because I want to use this tray for other stuff. On the other side of it is a similar tray, nicer things in it. It's got some coral. I've got a little U-box up here. We're going to try this U-box. See if we can get a good look at some stuff. Here's a little coral that just came in yesterday. Somewhere in here on the other side are some mandarin gobies. More coral. There's a pretty one, a little green one. Look at that. Let's get over here. There's some leather. Tomato clown. I want to get over here and see if we can spot a mandarin. There's a Bengal or two over here. I'm probably scaring them. There's a mandarin. There he goes. Scoot back maybe. And spawn in here. But they did spawn. Around the other side. So I'm just beginning to rebuild my collection here. There's a butterfly in here somewhere. There's some hawkfish. There was the little hawkfish. More clowns. Always have a lot of clowns. These are all tank raised clowns, so tank birth clowns. They're all born in captivity. So there's all that. These black guys over here, this fish, real pretty guys. They're ready. So that's the saltwater. Let's see if I can put the volume off here. Put the volume off.
Somebody's trying to call me. Where's the phone?
Somebody's trying to call me.
I need to turn
You need to
this
turn this off. Hi there. Hi there.
I came here because of my turtle. I'd like to get rid of it because he's eating all of my fish.
Oh dear.
And I don't have another cage for him.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was thinking maybe I could just
Give me 1 second.
Give me 1 second.
I'm going to shut the phone off.
Shut the phone off.
Lord, oh Lord. Well, I'm gonna create chaos here. Let's see if I, oh, I think it quit. All right. We're back in relatively normal. Alien World, hi. Okay, we got somebody just brought a little turtle in. Let's see. We're live on YouTube here. You want to say hello?
Hello, how are you guys doing?
What do you got?
Just a little turtle. I found him at work one day.
Oh, he is very cool. He's a little baby, a baby musk turtle. So we can get him up. Isn't he cool? Cute little guy. Okay. And you found them. They are local. It's a local fish. Now I cannot keep this legally because it's wild caught. It's not a protected species. It's just that I have to prove provenance. So I will hold it and turn it in, but I'm going to give you credit for it.
All right.
Okay. So we can do that.
And I also have fish or
And you
turtle
got
food
turtle
for him.
So what did you want to do?
I'd like to get two fish. One of the bleeding hearts.
Okay.
And the other one I don't know the name of.
All right.
Because he ate its mate, and now I don't think they're very happy about it.
All right. Well, let's go get your bleeding cart and one other fish. And if you guys can entertain yourselves, I'll be back in a minute or two. Turn it into the rescue, animal rescue. All right. Right. Well, you can siphon it out. What do you have in the bottom of your tank?
Just white sand.
How deep is it?
Maybe
Not
about
an
an
inch.
inch
Can
or
you
two.
make it deeper? Can
I
you
don't
add
have
more
any.
sand to it?
I don't have any more.
You can use beach sand. Just get some sand out of a creek
All right,
or beach or whatever. Get it 3 inches.
3 inches. All
Okay,
right.
and that's going to resolve that issue because
Okay.
it'll sit down in there and it'll break it down.
All right.
And then be
Sweet.
able to grow plants in it.
All right.
Okay.
And another thing, I bought one of those plants that sticks onto the wood, the
Okay.
driftwood,
Yeah.
and it died.
Okay.
So I was wondering if I could get another one of those. If I could buy another one.
Sure. They're $10.
All right.
Can we do that?
Yes. All right. Because I have no more plants.
Yeah. Father finished under YouTube.
All right. I'll have to
Yeah,
watch
check
that.
it out. Yeah. Let me.
Especially because I'm on there now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Do you go live a couple times a day or a
A couple of times a week. Yeah.
All right.
Wednesday and Sunday typically.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Don't be a stranger.
I won't.
All right. Yeah, and check out the other Father Fish channel. You'll like it. It's a lot of fun.
Sweet.
Just $5.
I only have a 20.
I got change. I think. Yes, it is. Okie dokie.
Thank you, Father Fish. I
Take
will see you
care.
around.
All right.
You have a nice rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye. All right. It's a young man who hadn't been here in about 5 years. Talking about snow. Where are we? Appreciate it, Precious. Let's see. Fisher and Fever was naming the customer. I forgot his name. If you haven't subbed, yes, please do. I'm sure what a year has. Shoveling snow. J. Jason Edelman. I'm just reading everything. Deborah lost her baby bristle nose. Yeah, they can. I lost a group of them last week in a couple of tanks as part of a system issue. We started feeding Rapashi as a way of trying to deal with it. I think the baby bristlenose got starved, and they don't have much in the way of body tissue built up to be able to survive for very long. Taylor is volunteering somewhere. What else? Oh, state of Tennessee. What are you doing with the state, Taylor? delay, major delay. Let's see. What do I? HC Aqua. This is my eyes, so I can see stuff that my poor eyes can't focus in on. I can count the hairs on my finger if I had the hairs on my finger. So I can see small fry. That's right. The fish in the well world. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. Just let it go. It's a nice. I love those little turtles, but I can't really afford to keep anything that I cannot prove providence. Um, I had an inspector in here last week checking my records. Wasn't under a complaint. He was just stopping in to say hello. Fortunately, everything was in order, so it wasn't an issue. How do you add sand with plants and decor already in the tank? Just rinse it, put it in a bucket, stick a hose in it, swirl it around, rinse it out, and then you can just dump sand in. Dirt's a little more difficult. It is possible to do it if you create a slurry and use a baster, and your sand is at least 3 inches deep. You can't do it less than that, but if it's 3 inches, you can very slowly and gently use the baster to squeeze soil all the way down on the bottom of your substrate. Don't do a lot. Don't try to do a lot. You can do a little, and it's more than enough. Do we do? Send him to me. Oh, I know. I know. I love them. It'll break my heart to tear them loose. Go check out, Jovi Vilas. Yes, I've listened to Jovi. Beautiful stuff. Just so endearing, heartfelt, beautiful, beautiful vocalist. Who was this? Babbling Brook. Or there's another one. That's a picture of a dog. I have to show you how to do what. Oh, yeah, the basting thing. I will do that. That's a good idea. It's a little tricky, but it can be done. Is fine gravel okay? Fine gravel is okay. Just make it a little deeper, like 3 to 4 inches. Will that turtle wreak havoc like the red ear sliders? Yeah, that's why I brought it, because it was eating his fish. Um, it's a predator. It's a lurking predator, and even as a baby, they'll take a bite out of whatever comes near them. Redfish Bluefish got a new subscriber. All right. I hit bottom. I hit bottom. Redfish Bluefish. I hope you guys have been following him. He's just an absolute genius. He's got an amazing way with plants, planted tanks. I need to convince him to do deep substrate, but he's certainly being successful doing what he's doing. And I'm most interested in his culture techniques. He's going to be doing more with us online, I hope, showing plant culture procedures, processes. Ooh. Said he found it near his work. He certainly could have, which is likely what I'll do. Mash the like button. Thank you, guys. Kaler. Pretty impressive stuff. Redfish, Bluefish. Kaler's talking about Redfish, Bluefish, saying it's his new favorite channel. Oh, me too, actually. You bet. You bet, Redfish, Bluefish. We just want to see you take off with your channel. It's something that's very, very worthy and something that will certainly advance the science of our hobby in ways that are important to do. Yeah, crayfish started catching platies. They will eat every plant in the tank. Crayfish are huge plant eaters, and they will catch little fish. Amen, precious. We appreciate you. We do appreciate you. Who's sending me messages? Frozen. It is. Crystal has new critters, and David DL uploaded a babbling brook. Now that sounds like fun. We'll have to watch that. Let's see. Oh, Lee's talking about a video of the ghost eating others' molted skin. Yeah, don't throw molt out. It's nutritional. Frank made a really astute observation. Since discovering the Wallstead method, he has found aquaria to be much more simple and straightforward. And that's absolutely true. That's what I remember from my childhood. Setting up a tank was a simple thing. I go out to the creek, I throw some dirt in it, get some water in a bucket, bring it back, pour it into the tank, put a few plants in it, and I'm good to go. I mean, it could not have been simpler. I'm going to be doing some of that. I've been waiting to get a little more energy in my legs so I'm not falling all over myself. But I want to get some help and go out and videotape creating tanks. LRB just did the same thing. He went down to the islands and did a video of creating a tank on a creek, and it was stupendous, just really wonderful. I told him I want to do the same thing in the Florida ditch, so that's that's going to be my contribution, creating a tank out of a Florida ditch. What's the name of the plane he was talking about? HC Aqua's asking redfish, bluefish, the name of the plant. Sister Lattner, what'd she say? Too far back. What are my thoughts regarding fertilizer? Fish House is asking. Well, I had a little bit of Azocote in my mix when I create my original structure. After that, I never add fertilizer. If the tank is balanced and cycling, then it's going to provide nutrients naturally. You don't need to keep pumping it in. The system will sustain itself. The difficulty with adding fertilizer is you can very easily create an excess of nutrition that will create a lot of algae mess. I tend to err on the other side of that. I go for slower plant growth, which is why I don't do CO2. Now, I will be doing CO2 in order to get some low coverage, because it's really hard to do that without it. Wallstead talks about doing emergent low coverage, and I've tried that with limited success. Deborah says, I have 4 inches of gravel. Won't the sand bury my plants if I dump it in? No, the sand's going to sift down in your gravel. In fact, pour it in, pour the sand in half an inch at a time, and then sift it a little bit. Just kind of use the back end of your net, the handle of your net, and poke down around it to get that sand going down in there. Do it a half an inch at a time, maybe once a week, half an inch of sand. Sift it down, do another half inch. The rock is going to stay to the top, the gravel that is, but the sand will work its way down. So it's not going to bury your plants. Just don't do a lot at once. Do half an inch at a time. Do the clean room? Yes, Aqua HC Aqua. Talking about redfish, bluefishes, clean room for tissue culture. Pretty impressive. Can I send donations to Father Fish? I do have a Patreon account. Who was asking? Jason. I have a Patreon account. You can go to Patreon and make a donation, and that will be appreciated. Soon as I hit 1,000, I'm going to be spending some money and getting some equipment and doing more things with the channel. I've kind of set that as a goal, so it'll help to have a little extra money to be able to do like a decent microphone, and some help with camera equipment and so forth. So yes, please use the Patreon account, and I'm going to be posting unique videos on Patreon that will not be on YouTube. So once things get into gear and get moving, it's going to be worthwhile subscribing to Patreon, because you're going to be able to get some things there that will not otherwise be available. There's the Sister Lockmo. White, the natural set of fish keeping is so much more interesting. Isn't that interesting? Sister Lockmo, you've really put your finger on it. And that's kind of the issue with me. I'm doing this as a hobby shop and not as a commercial retail store. So Father Fish is kind of unique in that respect, which means that it's a constant struggle financially to do what I'm trying to do. But I take great joy and pleasure in it, and I think my customers do too. The one thing I do try to do is keep a good variety of fish coming in, things that are not fish and plants that are not available in virtually any other shop. Excellent, excellent, Sister Lockman. Oh, Lumpy Dog is talking about a little 10-gallon dirted tank that's going well. Clay and dirt from the yard, some sand, no CO2, and the cheap 9 LED hoodlights from the Aquaman kit. You will have great fun with it. Leave the lights on 24/7. That's going to make a big difference. Lumpy Dog, nice job. Jake Aquatics, JH is streaming in 2 hours. I think I'm going to have to do some longer streaming in the next week or two in order to get my hours up. Anybody have any suggestions about that? I'd certainly appreciate it. I need to get 900 viewing hours, and the only way I can see to do that is to get a bunch more live broadcasts that will run an hour to 2 hours each. Fish House are the nutrients in the soil made available to the likes of Anubias, Bucca philandra, Java fern, on wood, the hardscape stuff. No, they're not. The nutrients in the water are available to plants that take their nutrients directly out of the water. Um, which means that they're helping with the deep sand bed to keep that water, to keep the nitrates and the phosphates and so forth down. So it's a good idea to have some of these air plants, if you will, in your, or water plants in your tank in order to take up excess nutrition that is in the water column. You guys are getting pretty sophisticated about this stuff. Those are great questions. Did I get the wrong way? Oh, precious tranquility. Missed something. For sure, restore tours. You know, I one of the things I want to do. We've got about 6 or 8 really good fish rooms that are run by members of our club, and I want to get around and do their fish rooms, do some in depth in each of those fish rooms. Um, I can do it live, or it'd be difficult to do it live. I'll have to do it as videos, but I will do that. I've been wanting to do it, and I've got 1 or 2 lined up. So when it'll take a while to do it because I've got to get around to a bunch of people. But we've got some real high quality fish breeders, fish keepers in our club, the Venice Aquarium Society. They're doing some remarkable fish rooms. Do I have more fish tanks at my house? No, I don't. Everything I have is here. I've got no fish tanks at home. Sister Lockwood just ordered Salvia to float in the tank to block some light. Yeah, that certainly works. Problem with Salvini is that it tends to block the light, so you want to try to control it. Who was it? Foo Flower Horn does a little floating ring in his tank that he keeps the duckweed out of. That's pretty slick and works real well. You might check his website and try to do something like that. Make a little floating ring to keep the floating plants out of. For sure, minimal. Yeah, I agree, Lumpy Dog. Uh, Fish room tours are just so cool and easy to do. And I so far have not edited anything at all. It's all just, as it comes. I will need to begin doing that at some point, but so far I'm managing to do without it. Kaylor does the ring using air tubing. Yeah, it's really a nice system. A nice system. Yeah, I think it's maybe rigid plastic. I'm not sure, but you have to work at it because the plates are going to grow over it. So you have to kind of keep up with it, but it does a nice job of keeping part of the surface clear. Did I make those big saltwater tanks? I had them made. There's an acrylic company nearby in St. Pete, Florida, that makes acrylic systems, and they made those for me. They're about 8 years old, I guess. And I've got other systems back there that are a good bit older that they also made over the years. Redfish, Bluefish talking to Jan Aquarium in terms of his Fishy Cuba adventure. Yeah, me too. Be interested in that. Oops. And I think it's yeah, it's plastic. I think it is rigid plastic, but you could do airline, I think. Maybe not. You'd have to seal it so it'll float. Yeah, I agree, Precious Tranquility. If the content is good, raw is, I think it's a whole lot more, I don't know what I want to say. It's more authentic. Live shop cam, good idea. Did we decide on a bird channel? Now there's an interesting thought. Alex KH is talking about a bird channel. Somebody's here. Can I help you?
Oh, hey,
Hi.
I have some questions about prices.
Okay. Let me come back and help you.
Okay.
I'll be right there. Hang on, guys. I'm going to go. What are we doing time wise? We are at 3 o'clock. I may as well sign off. Bird video, LSK. Send me a note about that. I'm interested in as well. There is a bird club in the area. I've been trying to attend some of their meetings, and I've got birds here, of course, so I need to be doing more with and about birds. We have 48 watching. 48 watching. Boy, we need 2 more. We need 8 more thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 50 real quick. Can we get a few more thumbs up? Please share that. Maybe in Fort Lauderdale in a month. Can I visit? Give me a call when you get down here. I'm Father Fish in Venice, Florida. You can email me. My phone now, I'll post my number here. I take calls. This is a business 266. This is a business phone, so I take calls on it all day long. I don't mind posting it. Just give me a buzz when you get down here. Father Fish to 50. So YouTube will share and recommend. We need one more. One more. One more. We need one more. How about me? I did it. Right. Thank you, guys. Love you all. All right. We'll talk to you. I'll be back on Wednesday. So we'll talk again on Wednesday. Thank you so much. Bye for now.